One of the number one questions we get, it happens at least once a day, is somebody asks, can I get Conestoga product unfinished? We try to make that evident on the website that yes you can. For Conestoga, everything's custom, so whether you want it finished, not finished, whatever, it's no problem. But there's no special line of unfinished cabinets, it's just anything they offer is available with or without a finish. The problem or the question we get asked is, well, what do I order if I'm going to do the finishing myself? So here we've got a job. We're painting. Customer wants a special kind of a mustard yellow paint, so we're going to take care of the painting. And we ordered our cabinets from Conestoga with no finish at all. We want to talk through that option in terms of painting or staining on your end. What we did is we ordered paint grade maple. So I'm going to lift the door out of here. And maybe the camera can pick it up, maybe it can't. But paint grade maple is fairly colorful. You wouldn't want to stain this wood. It's got a lot of lights and tans moving through it. The Jim can pan over. We've got a door over here that's got a lot of dark in it. This is not the kind of wood grade you'd want to apply a stain to. So we order a paint grade maple, and it makes it very inexpensive. Paint grade maple is going to price out what you might think of as like poplar. Conestoga does not do some of those cheap painting woods like poplar because it's too fuzzy. When you try to sand and then paint over poplar, it's very soft and it's very fuzzy. You don't get a glass-like surface. So they're going to sell you actual hard maple, which is more dent resistant. So if you're painting and your son is going to the kitchen with his little tricycle and he smacks into the cabinet and he dents the cabinet door, if you're doing poplar or pine or something, the paint is going to chip as well. So you want to make the paint durable by putting it on a substrate that's not going to dent real easy. They will do MDF. If you want some MDF, we have MDF doors, but a lot of folks want solid wood. You're going to get paint grade maple. If you're doing staining, you'd want to upgrade to one of the stain grades of wood, what Conestoga calls standard or premium, either one. And when you do that, Conestoga will actually take it to the next step for you and pre-sand all the doors. It's called cross-grain removal. And what they'll do is, whenever you're looking at a cabinet door as it comes out of the shop, they run it through a wide belt sander, and the sanding belt is running this way, and it's putting scratch marks all the way across the top and bottom rail, and they're fairly visible. When you stain the door, you'll see it. So what they do is they run the same door back through a different sander that does like an orbital, very complicated, but orbital brush sanding, and it removes all those scratches and gives you a pretty much surface prepped, ready for stain. You might still want to take a palm sander and just quickly hit the flat surfaces so that you get rid of any polishing marks that might have taken place while the packages were shifting in transit. But basically you got about 30 seconds of prep work per door and you can begin your staining process. So to summarize, if you're doing paint on your end, you want to order paint grade maple typically. If you're doing stain, you want to order either standard grade or even the upcharge to premium grade if you're doing a very light finish or a natural. And make sure you order the cross-grain removal option. We'll try to remind you of that if we know what you're ordering, but that cross-grain removal will give you a better look and save you some sanding time on your end. Give us a call if you have any questions on the unfinished. It is something to note that the unfinished saves, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 25 to 30%. So if you've gotten a quote from us on a kitchen that was finished and it was $5,000, you're going to save $1,500, $2,000 to go with unfinished. Conestoga's finish is outstanding. You won't match it very easily in your garage, but they're proud of it. It's not a cheap option either. So bear in mind, if you're going to do a faux finish at your own house, you've got some really weird color with an interesting glaze technique to match that armoire in your bedroom, those are all things you're doing on your end. They can fit you up with unfinished cabinets at a really good discount.